Today, Pastichio. Pastichio.
That was pa.
You can spell it a number of ways. I have recipes from my great-grandmother who spells it one way to my grandmother who spells it another. So, we're not going to get into all that, but if you say Pastichio to somebody, they'll know what you're talking about. So, anyhow, got some water boiling.
Trying to.
Or trying to anyways. These are some Pastichio noodles. You don't have to have these, but this is the traditional way. It's a spaghetti noodle with a hole down the middle of it.
You can really see that.
I don't think you can really see it, but...
Oh, stay still. There, almost got it. Oh, there, you got it. Alright.
Alright, well anyhow. It's holy macaroni. You can use ziti or pretty much whatever you got. See, it's even got a little picture of Pastichio on there. It's good enough for me.
So over here we have some ground what?
We have some ground sirloin here, ground beef, and ground lamb. You can do it with just beef if you want, but hey, if you can get the lamb, you know, why not? You can do it with all lamb too, but I'm going to do a little bit of the beef and mostly lamb just because that's kind of what I dig. I'm going to use a little bit of oregano and basil from Pinsy's, of course, a little bit of cinnamon because it's a Greek dish, some tomato sauce. I'm going to make a bechamel sauce with some fourth of a cup butter, fourth of a cup of flour. And this is a Greek kind of a hard cheese. It's clefticori. It's
Good.
It's good. It's kind of like Parmesan, but not quite as hard.
Yeah, it tastes more like kashkaval than the kashkaval I bought. But it's a sheep. Is that a sheep one? Is that a sheep or a goat milk cheese?
Goat, I think.
Yeah, because kashkaval is sheep. But it's good.
Anyhow, we're going to grind this up and we're going to put it in the bechamel sauce when we're making it, along with a couple of eggs to make it real rich.
Wow.
Just yummy goodness.
Guess I shouldn't have cut into that last night then, huh?
We had plenty. I don't need that much.
Okay, good.
You don't have to do this step, but it's good. You can just use Parmesan cheese or Romano or whatever you have. But if you have like a Mediterranean market,
It's a good thing.
it's a good thing. So let's start with the beef.
Did you cook them all together, or?
Sure. All right. Oh, you know what? We just kind of jumped all over the place, didn't we?
Yeah, I told you how I'm phone call.
This is a half a pound of ground sirloin and a half a pound or a pound of lamb. And put in about a tablespoon, a couple teaspoons of
Lettuce.
this is basil.
Well, you know, you could have used fresh from the... Well, actually, fresh wouldn't be good.
No, you probably don't want to use fresh for this. Oregano. I really don't like fresh oregano. It's nice and peppery just to eat by itself, but in stuff, you know, it's one of the few herbs that tastes better dry than it does. Yeah.
It gets kind of black when you cook it, too.
I'm going to put some turns, some pepper there, fresh ground, of course, cinnamon. Whoa.
A quarter teaspoon.
Yeah, quarter to a half. It's really going to go away. I mean, you're going to get some of the liveliness from it, but
What you trying to do?
I don't know.
Scooch over to the other side. Whoop. Do you put any salt in there?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't know, but I just never do when I'm making this. Because we're going to use that clefticori cheese and it's pretty salty. The key to this is to get a good mixture. One, you kind of want to crumble it up in your hands together once you get it in the pot, you know, just kind of make it happy. But you don't really want to cook it all too high. What we're going to do is we're going to cook it off this way, get it decent, you know, brown so it's most of the way done. Drain off all the fat, and then we're going to add the tomato sauce. I just got a regular can, 15-ounce can. Depending on how much of this you're making, because usually when I make it, I make like 6 or 7 plates of it, and do 6 or 7 bags of the noodles, and
Dang.
just do it all at once, and then take it to friends. But we'll see how much we end up using of that whole thing.
Of what?
Of the tomato sauce. And then once we get this done, the noodles, they're going to take about 8 or 9 minutes to cook. But since it's also going to bake in the oven, I like to cook them about 7 minutes, and then they're going to kind of carry over once they get into the oven and continue cooking.
Just like you would with any other pasta.
But yeah, Pastichio sucks if you get the noodles mushy.
Really?
I don't like it. That's how you get it a lot of the times. If you live in Indianapolis, Indiana, go to the Greek Isle restaurant over there. It's some of my favorite Greek food here in the United States, if not my favorite. So, it's very good. Tell George Nikko sent you. You'll know who you're talking about. George is a big old Colts fan.
Big old what?
Colts fan?
I just said tours.
No. Yeah?
Could be that.
Colts. He's going to come during the Jacksonville Colts game, so we're going to have him cook too while he's here.
Cool.
Because he can do some cooking. Grew up in the business. His father's owned restaurants all his life, and George has been in the business all his life. So, it'd be fun. We're going to strain this off here in just a few minutes. You don't have to get this all the way done because it's still going to cook in the tomato sauce for, 20 minutes or so. Because you don't want it to get all hard and pebbly like, you want it to stay nice and moist and
Yummy.
yummy goodness. So, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, we've drained off the fat from this. It's pretty dry now. Turn down the heat to 3.
So you want just enough tomato sauce to bind it together?
Well, that's what I like. I know some people who go whole hog and use a whole can and just this amount or even more. I guess I could have gotten one of those half cans.